Hello, everyone. This is General Romulus coming to you live from the Forum in ancient Rome. I am ancient, I am a general, but what I am not is your financial advisor, stockbroker, or any other professional that will give you direct investment advice. This is for educational and perhaps entertainment purposes only. So it was about 6, maybe 7 months ago when the entire investing and trading world couldn't get their eyes off of anything relating to the AI trade. People talked about a bubble. It really wasn't a bubble for me because all kinds of people in the general public didn't know anything about NVIDIA. I mean, if you ask the cab drivers and the shoeshine boys, they never heard of the NVIDIA company. So that kind of precludes the fact that it's a bubble, although the stock did go up a tremendous amount over the past 3 years up until the previous summer. But looking back over here, last several months, NVIDIA kind of topped out, brushed up slightly, but topped out really in here late July of 2025. So it was over 6 months ago. And now it's been consolidating, treading water, moving back and forth in a range ever since. And if you go around the AI world, this was a big one, Broadcom. You see that stock kind of looks really toppy. AMD was another one, okay? And around the horn we go. So you see a lot of these stocks that haven't really moved too much. The AI trading crowd moved over to some other things, memory chips for one, and supply companies for another. However, the big one, NVIDIA, that still is the bellwether of them all. And unless and until this really breaks out, the AI trade looks like it's going to be on hold for a bit, but it was not a bubble. Bubble, again, is something that just, you start to hear people that are leaving day jobs, lawyers and accountants, doctors, leaving that type of work to go get involved in trading those types of things. And that just didn't happen in the AI trade over the summer. So then we move forward a little bit and we get into the metals markets, gold, silver, all kinds of shiny things and industrial use cases that, yeah, I guess you could say some of these cases, silver in particular, copper and some others that feed into the AI trade, either the chip manufacturing or supplying power and electricity into the data center world. However, this was a bubble in my opinion though, because everybody was involved. Everybody knew about this. Again, the taxi driver and shoeshine boy, they knew about the metals craze. Matter of fact, every little metal dealer on every street corner, not just in the United States, but around the world, they were getting flocks of people lined up out their door every morning to exchange jewelry and looking for gold and silver bars, or looking to get involved in the hard metals trade, in the stock markets and the metals markets themselves, people trading these things like crazy. And again, here's silver. This was a parabolic move that, well, by the very definition of parabolic, went absolutely nuts. And then it pulled back tremendously, losing 50% of its value in only a couple of trading days. So as all these bubbles are supposedly coming and going, what has been going on in different parts of the market? Have you missed anything? Well, perhaps you have. Did you know that the New York Stock Exchange, it's an index as well, hit a new all-time trading high just a couple of days ago, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, for the first time in all of galactic human history, hit and then closed above 50,000. So again, focusing on AI, focusing on gold and silver and the metals, and what craziness has been going on over there, has perhaps taken your focus away from areas of the market that have just been tooling right along and doing really just fine. Thank you very much. The old boy that invented what we know as modern stock market indexes, Charles Dow, there he is in all his 19th century glory. Yep, he invented the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Transportation Average. Those were the first two in the 1890s. And then as time went on, so did the expansion greatly of indexes, not just in America, but all over the world. So back in the day, there was the Dow Jones Industrial Average, this is what we're looking at here, and there was the Transportation Average as well. And a couple of years into this, a theory was developed that by watching these two indexes, you could help determine what was going to be going on in the economy and perhaps in the stock market. We also know that the utilities, the Dow Jones Utility Index, was incorporated into the analytical method that has become known as the Dow method. And the Dow method is, if the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Transportation Average and the Utility Index are all at or near new all-time highs, then everything is fine, regardless of any short-term gyrations that we see throughout the markets from time to time. things have changed a lot today. It's not as simple anymore. I mean, goodness, we've got crypto crazies trading crypto stocks, Bitcoin, which, by the way, they're now in a bear market. Go back and look at any of the crypto-related videos that we posted in the last couple of months, and you can see these lines that we drew. And if you were following those videos, then you were not following this down to your loss detriment. And also with thousands and thousands of stocks trading in major countries and minor countries all around the world, it just isn't feasible anymore to say, hey, we got only to look at a few different major indexes to help us determine what is really going on. However, it is encouraging, though, for the bulls, I would believe, that because the Dow Jones Industrial Average did hit a new all-time high, the transportation index is sitting at a new all-time high. Utilities are a bit off, but 2 of the 3, hey, that ain't bad. And then when you throw in the New York Stock Exchange, new all-time high. By the way, the S&P 500, S&P Mid-Cap Index, which is about 400 stocks, also trading at a new all-time high. And the S&P 500, here's the last one. If you convert it from a market capitalization weighted index to an equal weighted index, which a lot of people don't think of doing, then it takes out some of the stronger impact of the NVIDIAs and Apples and Microsofts of the world, then you get that trading at a new all-time high just a couple of trading days ago. So, conclusion here, well, there's a lot of people worried out there. Perhaps there's a little less reason to worry than what your neighbors or friends or coworkers are implying or telling you. It's not all perfect. It never will be at once, but it still looks like a decent market environment. Not great based on old Charles Dow and what he had to share with us from the ancient times. Ancient times, I love ancient times. That's me. And don't forget, General Romulus, what do I love to do? Find consistent returns regardless of market direction. And if you have any questions about that, you can reach me directly anytime. Just email me, RomulusTeaches@yahoo.com. Again, RomulusTeaches@yahoo.com. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you are not already. Share it, like it, whatever you got to do to help out the channel. I appreciate it very much. I'm heading back to the Forum in ancient Rome. Boy, it's winter everywhere, but not too bad. Rome typically doesn't get that nasty. All right, we will see everybody soon. This is General Romulus. Have a great rest of your trading day.